What if the restlessness you've been feeling isn't a problem to fix, but a message from God? Most people spend years trying to silence that inner tension. They get busier, they scroll more, they tell themselves it will pass, but it doesn't pass, because it was never meant to. And here's what almost no one tells you. That discomfort you've been carrying might be the most loving thing God has ever done for you. Today, we're going to look at 5 signs that God isn't just allowing change in your life. He is actively calling you toward it. It's not your fault that you feel stuck. We live in a world that rewards staying comfortable. Stay in the safe job. Stay in the familiar routine. Don't rock the boat. The modern world was designed to keep you exactly where you are. But God was never interested in your comfort. He was always interested in your calling. And sometimes the only way He can get your attention is by making the place you're standing feel too small for who He made you to be. Sign number 1. The life that once satisfied you no longer does. You haven't lost your mind. You haven't become ungrateful. Something has simply grown inside you that your current life can no longer hold. This is exactly what happened to Moses. He had a comfortable life in Midian, a wife, a flock, a routine, safe, predictable, but God appeared to him in a burning bush and called him toward something his comfortable life could never contain. Exodus 3:10. God said, "So now go. I am sending you." Moses wasn't looking for change. Change came looking for him. Maybe you've been wondering why the things that used to make you happy feel hollow now. Why the promotion doesn't excite you the way it should. Why the weekend feels empty even when it looks full. That's not emptiness. That's expansion. God is making room. Sign number 2. God is closing doors you're still trying to force open. You've prayed for it. You've worked for it. You've waited for it. And it still isn't happening. The relationship isn't moving forward. The opportunity keeps falling through. The door stays shut no matter how many times you knock. Here's the hard truth most people avoid. God closes doors on purpose. Not to punish you. Not because you aren't worthy. But because He can see what that open door would have cost you. And He loves you too much to let you walk through it. Think about Joseph. Thrown into a pit by his own brothers. Then sold. Then imprisoned. Every door closed. Every plan shattered. But Genesis 50:20 says it plainly. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. Every closed door in Joseph's life was God redirecting him toward a destiny his human plans could never have written. So stop fighting the closed door. Ask God what He's redirecting you toward instead. Sign number 3. You can't stop thinking about a dream you've been too afraid to pursue. There's something. You know what it is. You've dismissed it 100 times. You've told yourself it's too late, too risky, too unrealistic. But it keeps coming back. It comes back at 2 a.m. It comes back when you're driving. It comes back in the middle of conversations about something else entirely. That's not coincidence. Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." God plants dreams in people long before He calls them to walk in them. Abraham was 75 years old when God first called him to move. You are not too late. The dream that won't leave you alone was placed there by someone who doesn't make mistakes. The question isn't whether the dream is real. The question is whether you're willing to stop talking yourself out of it. Sign number 4. The people in your life are starting to feel wrong for the person you're becoming. This one is painful, but it's real. You're changing, and not everyone around you is changing with you. Some friendships feel heavier than they used to. Some conversations leave you emptier than before. Some relationships that once felt like home now feel like a ceiling. This is not permission to be arrogant. This is not permission to abandon people who love you, but it is a sign. When God called Abraham, Genesis 12:1 says, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." God asked him to leave what was familiar before He showed him what was next. Pay attention to who fills you up and who drains you. Pay attention to the conversations that inspire growth. Sign number 5. You feel a deep, unshakable sense that God is asking you to trust Him with something you can't control. This is the sign that can't be faked. It goes beyond restlessness, beyond closed doors, beyond dreams. It's a quiet, persistent, almost terrifying knowing that God is asking you to surrender something, a plan, a relationship, a version of your future you've been holding on to so tightly you forgot it was never really yours. This is the invitation. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Not some of your ways, not the easy ones, all of them. This is where transformation actually begins. Not when everything is figured out, not when the path is clear, but in the moment you stop demanding clarity and start choosing trust. Peter didn't walk on water because he understood the physics. He walked on water because he stepped out of the boat. Here's the good news. Every single sign we talked about today, the restlessness, the closed doors, the persistent dream, the shifting relationships, the call to surrender, none of them are signs that something is wrong with you. They are signs that God is not finished with you. He doesn't call broken people. He doesn't call perfect people either. He calls available people. People who are finally tired enough of the old life to say yes to the new one. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. All things. Not the easy things, not the comfortable things, all things. That restlessness in your chest right now, that's God saying, I have more for you than this. And the only thing standing between where you are and where he's calling you is one decision. So let me ask you honestly, which of these 5 signs resonated with you the most? Which one felt less like a sign and more like a mirror? Don't put this off until tomorrow. Tonight, before you go to sleep, take 10 minutes, get quiet, open your hands, and ask God one question. What are you calling me to release so I can receive what you have next? Then listen, really listen. Write ready in the comments if you felt God speaking to you through this video. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. And if you want more videos that help you grow closer to God and step into who he made you to be, subscribe. Because this community is being built for people who are serious about their faith, not just comfortable in it.